Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avataravarishthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. God cannot be realized without purity of heart. One receives the grace of God by subduing passions, lust, anger and greed. Then one sees God. Here the self-effort is being insisted. You see, God cannot be realized without purity of heart, purification of heart. And what is that purification of heart? One receives grace of God by subduing passions, lust, anger and greed, kama, krodha and lobha. In Bhagavad Gita also we find these three being told as the narakasya dvara, the doors of hell. Kama, krodha and lobha. Here, by subduing, one receives the grace of God by subduing passions. Means our part is there that we must subdue lust, anger and all. We have to control and greed. See, we don't understand these terms so easily. Small things. Greed can exist in many things. It need not be wealth alone. Eating, putting on dress, many things by which we aggrandize ourselves. I have a pair of slipper. I buy one more. One pair is sufficient. Second pair is tolerable. When we go for third pair, I am not acquiring any wealth, but it becomes greed. Sri Ramakrishna asks one of the disciples to bring a pair of shirt for him. He brings 3 shirts instead of 2. He says, take back one. 2 I need. One is torn, other is on the way of tearing. 2 are going to go away. One I am replacing immediately. And the other one I have to discard. 2 is sufficient. 2 are sufficient. Third one, if I keep, it becomes a greed. So there we have to distinguish. When I eat, my stomach is full. After that, some item comes. Nice item. I feel like taking. It becomes greed. Stomach full is need. Above is greed. So everywhere like that. Lust, anger. Sometimes anger is needed. Otherwise you cannot control people. All right. But you should not get angry. You may show anger. You may show anger. As if you have become inside you are calm and unaffected. Externally you are showing anger so that the things move properly. It is all right, tolerable. He is inside, is laughing, and externally he is showing anger. Sri Ramakrishna gives the example of that snake. I asked you not to bite. I did not ask you not to hiss. Hissing may be necessary, but biting should not be done. That kind of lust just to look at a woman as woman, man as a man, is lust. We are missing the divine there. Just seeing itself. How do you look at a person? If you miss the divine in it, if you miss a particular relationship with them, then we are lustful. I am seeing with lustful eyes. So, everywhere I have to exercise my control. Am I seeing divine in everyone? It must become a habit to see the divine by practice, repeatedly. Whenever I see a child, whenever I see an old man, whenever I see anybody moving about, try to see divine. Wherever you can, first try to see divine. Pure souls who are renounced for God, who are calling on God, with all their defects and imperfections, they have given their life to God. In those places, we may have to begin our lives of seeing divine in them. Extend it slowly, penetrate into every object. If you see Janaka's eyes, he looks everything with his way of seeing everything is penetrating. Eyes are penetrating into object and seeing the divine there. Like that, even in serial, that Mahabharata serial, Ramayana serial, in that, in Ramayana serial you can see Janaka's eyes, how he is looking at every object, penetrating eyes to see the divine. So these are efforts, your efforts to suppress the kama, krodha and lobha. Then you become. Grace of God descends on you because you are putting all efforts to overcome. These are forces of nature. It cannot be destroyed. You have to go beyond. You have to go beyond. Grace of God descends to take you beyond this. You cannot destroy, but you can transcend. I tried many things in order to conquer lust. Just because they possesses a body, earthly body, there is lust in it. They may not be having now direct disciples and all, most of the people, Leela Sacharas, they may not be having lust by samskaras, past samskaras. Lust may not be there. But just because they are possessing a body, the imperfection of the body is already acquired. They have to overcome. And here in cases of ordinary people, inside craving also is there of the past drives. And nature also is pushing. Two-way acting. In animals and all, only nature is prompting, nature is driving. In human, nature also is driving, he too wants to run. Because of the old past momentum. He has acquired lives after lives, that vasana. Vasana also is driving, nature also is driving, external nature. Internal nature also is driving. So here, how much powerfully he has to exercise his efforts. when I was 10 or 11 years old, I tried many things in order to conquer lust. He ends there. Immediately he takes up. When I was 10 or 11 years old and lived at Kamarpukur, I first experienced samadhi. What is the relevance, you see? He is leaving the subject there and jumping to make us understand he has already passed samadhi experience. Still, we have to conquer that lust. I tried in many ways. I had already got spiritual experience also, samadhi experience. Still, at bodily level, that lust. At mental level, it may not be there. As vasana in the heart, it may not be there. But in the body, just because it is a body from Prakriti, nature, it already possesses and he has to overcome. Samadhi. I first experienced samadhi. Samadhi is, I lose all my external consciousness in thought of the divine. Something beyond. I forget my body, I forget my world outside. I am in the transcendent realm. As I was passing through paddy field, I saw something and was overwhelmed. That is a batch of cranes, white cranes will be flying in the sky. There are certain characteristics of God vision. That was, he told the cause, and after, how do you know it is a samadhi, it's spiritual experience? There are certain characteristics of God vision. One sees light. That light is not this light. There are three lights: physical light, intellectual light or mental light, and then spiritual light. Spiritual light. How much difference is there between the physical light and intellectual light? I am designing a computer, designing a mobile telephone, mobile cell phone I am designing, or a vehicle I am designing. In the light of intellect I am doing that. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? If I do like this, it will be the result. If I do like this, it will be the result. So I can do like this, I can do like that, I can do like that. Planning, designing. All this is done by intellectual light. It understands. Light is where it is revealed to me. When do we say, I am seeing this? When it is revealing to me, I am able to perceive it. Then I say, it is light. I am able to perceive. Here, I am intellectually able to discern, understand what will be the consequence, will be a consequence. I can use rubber here, I can use plastic here. How the intellect selects, you see. So, in the light of intellect, I am designing, I am seeing. I am seeing in the, what would be. If I do like this, suppose I am designing a petrol engine. How the pistons will be there. Every bit I am conceiving in mind already. I am seeing everything happening in the intellectual light. Similarly, what is the difference between physical light and intellectual light, you see? that also reveals physical matter. This reveals subtle, abstract matter, intellect. And what about spiritual light? Spiritual light is what is giving existence to me. I exist, I am, inside it's going on. Existential light. It reveals the existence. I exist. That is the only thing we can know about spiritual light. I am. This is here is sense perception. Sofa is here. So you are sitting there. It is sense perception. I am talking over the YouTube and people are listening to me. Is intellectual light I am seeing. I am is the only thing that is an experience of the spiritual. Then when you enter into samadhi, when you get external visions of God, those are all, you are entering into higher levels of consciousness, higher level. Just like you enter into dream state and experience dream world. You enter into deep sleep and you see the absence of everything there. Your different levels of consciousness, you exist in different levels of consciousness. You perceive different things. Waking state, the world looks like this. The moment waking state goes out, this world and body disappears. When you enter into higher levels of consciousness, you are existing at a higher, you are existing at a higher level of consciousness. This I of the bodily association won't be there. Just like when you sleep, identification with this body, that I won't be there. Dream I is different from waking I. Similarly, samadhi I is different from, when I say I am in samadhi, it is still higher I, more of spiritual existence and less of material existence. Still higher. When I reach the heart level, when I reach the throat level, when I reach the ajna level of spiritual experiences or level of consciousness, I am at this level of consciousness, ajna level of consciousness. Their I entirely different. It won't be this physical body. It won't be anything pertaining to the nature. I have crossed the limitations of nature when I come to Ajna. Here the first Akasha Tattva begins. The I is different here entirely. It is without name and form are dissolving here. Here still I have the bodily existence with God. It is a spiritual body with which I am seeing the spiritual light of God. Here I see something else. Here I see something, here something more. So I changes, the spiritual light changes, spiritual existence changes. That spirit, the light of spirit, we can understand what is that light of spirit. I exist. At physical level also I exist now. I am is different from I am in samadhi. I am in nirvikalpa samadhi, they are entirely different. There I am is I am Brahmasmi, absolute. I am that absolute existence. So that is spiritual light. One sees light means its expression in the heart, spirit expressing itself. Spirit, matter and mind. Spirit is different, matter is different, mind is different. In Hinduism, beautiful analysis has been done. As we go deeper into this one, Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Prana, Buddhi, Manas. What is Manas, what is Buddhi is dealt at an entirely different level of existence. Mind is something, it may manifest through brain. Brain is matter. Mind starts working there. What is that mind? Senses, eyes, this eye, this ear is not sense organ. This is only instrument like brain. Brain is a material instrument. This ear, this eye is material object, an instrument, my instrument. But inside there is that another software which makes this eye see. That software which makes the eye see is different from the instrument. Instrument different, the power, energy that makes me see is different. It is sense organ, sense organ. The Pancha Jnanendriya is working through the instrument. Mind, Manas, is working through the brain. Physical eyes and the eye, sense of eyes. Ear and sense of ear. They are different things. They work through. So, what is difference between hardware and a software? Software, it works in and through the hardware. Like that, how these people have discovered what is mind, what is this. The science till today, they have not been able to understand how mind works through the brain. How does mind manifest in brain? What is the difference between brain and mind? They have not been able to. What is sense organ and sense instrument? They have not been able to distinguish yet in the science, because science upholds everything as matter. Mind is a matter, they feel. Everything is matter. It is a continuous matter. Matter. There is nothing called spirit. Spirit they don't. Everything is matter. Science, where we make mistake is, science doesn't recognize anything perceived beyond physical senses and mind. What mind can conceive, what senses can perceive is reality. But truth is beyond intellect and mind, far beyond. So, this a small amount of this universe is visible. You can understand, suppose a person is blind, how much of world is missing? One instrument is gone. So much of world is missing for him. He lives, but he doesn't perceive much of the world. Suppose a person has got one more instrument, Panchagrani, one more sixth sense is there, something. A scientist says, if we have a sense organ which can perceive infrared rays, the world would look like a blast furnace. Everything, as if you have put on one reddish glasses and looking at the world. So, if we have, suppose we have an instrument, antenna, by which I can recognize electromagnetic waves, I can perceive millions and millions of mobiles moving about, working, mobile cell phones working. I can recognize so many types of military signals working, so many TV channels I can perceive, which I'm not even able to understand how the mobile waves are moving, because I don't have an instrument which perceives it. So vast world is missing from the senses and mind. We don't know actually what this world is, but science limits itself to that. Truth is far beyond, far away from the sense organs and mind. If the truth is beyond the senses and mind. Here in religion, everything is taken as spirit. This body is gross manifestation of the spirit. It is concentrated spirit, as if Chaitanya has become body. Levels of manifestation, grossification of the Chaitanya. Just like water is going to become, or water vapor, which is air-like, humidity. Now humidity is there about 80%. 80% humidity is there now, 80-90% rainy season. 90% humidity is there, and that humidity you can't see. You don't see water here. 90% of air contains water. You can't see. Suppose it cool down, it becomes fog. Then already started manifesting. It is becoming grossified. Same which is invisible is becoming visible. Then if it cool down a little more, it becomes mist. Small droplets in air. Still cool down, it becomes water. Still cool down, it becomes ice. It is becoming harder and harder. Like that, Chaitanya has become hard as body. It is looking like body. This is the difference between spirituality, religion, and the science. Science considers everything as matter, and religion considers everything as spirit. So we have to distinguish and identify the difference nicely. I was overwhelmed and entered into samadhi. There are certain characteristics of God vision. One sees light. What is that light? Light of existence, spiritual light. Otherwise, this light we are already seeing. Feels joy. What is that joy? Going for picnic and eating ice cream? No. That joy is pleasure of the senses. This joy, what springs out from the heart, it is coming from the transcendental. This joy is different from the ice cream joy. Children jump and eat and make merry. That is gross physical level. This is coming from the transcendental joy appearing in the mind. Feels joy and experience upsurge of great current in the chest. That is the energy being released. Energy is moving within. Om Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.